Hi everyone, Radhe Radhe. So today we're going to be, well, right now, we're going to be doing chapter 4, verse 16. And I wanted to share just a little bit of learning, the deepening that I've had in learning yesterday. So every Saturday now I go to these Bhagavad Gita classes. They're starting from chapter 1, so I'm starting to learn it from the beginning again. And this time we're reading Srila Prabhupada's purports. And so I hadn't read them, I hadn't read his commentaries before because I was feeling kind of triggered by him. So I'd been reading Chaitanya Charan Prabhu's commentaries and Swami Mukundanand's commentaries. And so I wanted to do this. It's just amazing how Krishna has like so much mercy, right? I wanted to start reading because I made a decision that I'm not going to let my triggers of him block me from my spiritual growth. And if I want spiritual growth, then I have to trust. Like I want to trust that Prabhupada's what he's saying is pure and good. So I wanted to start reading all of his commentaries right from the beginning. And I was finding it difficult. And here Krishna brings these Bhagavad Gita classes that are starting from chapter 1 that I started attending from chapter 1. I've attended 3 of them, and I started attending them from chapter 1, verse 1. Like it was right from the beginning, and it was perfect. And we're reading his commentaries, Srila Prabhupada's commentaries, and it's amazing. It's been really amazing. It's been really amazing to share this, to learn with others, along with others, because there are always things people ask questions, or there are always things that he deepens my learning in. So even though chapter 1 it does not technically have a lot of learning, there is still a lot that I'm getting out of it just from attending it. There is, and I'm not able to capture it very well. I'm not able to put my finger on what I'm learning exactly from this, but it's there. It's this underlying sense of, like, I don't know, a little bit depth, a little bit deepening of my understanding. So anyways, yesterday so I have been giving this hand example, that the hand does not have an ego of its own, and its the sole purpose is to serve the body, and in turn it gets nourishment. So there is one so there are 2 other analogies that that person, the trainer or whatever, the person who's running the Bhagavad Gita class, he spoke about. And one of the examples is that he used the hand example as well. I was like, yay, that's my example. I used it a million times. I love it. He said that the hand cannot eat on its own. The hand cannot enjoy the taste of anything on its own. The way to enjoy the taste is to give the food to the mouth. The mouth then enjoys the taste, and then in turn it nourishes the hand. If the hand tries to enjoy the taste, it'll just not even get it. It'll not enjoy it. So that was a beautiful example that yes, in order to enjoy anything in our lives, then we need to we need to give this enjoyment to God, to Krishna. And so I've been listening to Radhanath Swami as well, and he says that as well, that Krishna is the supreme enjoyer, and we are. So I'm not sure if I understand any of this. I'm just take everything I say with a grain of salt, and please listen to Radhanath Swami, Radhanath Maharaj. He's amazing. He's really, 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 really amazing. I'm just relaying what I think I have learned from him. So what he said is that Krishna is the supreme enjoyer, and we are an ansh. We are a part of Krishna. We are the same quality as Krishna, although much, much smaller. And Krishna is infinite, and we're this tiny little speck, but we're the same quality. So we also enjoy everything we do in our lives. We do because we want to enjoy. That's how we live. We everything we do is because we want to enjoy. The only thing is that we cannot enjoy on our own. The only thing is that, we may think, our ego may think that we're enjoying because we're getting money, or because we're getting validation from others, because we're getting these friends, or because we're getting this partner, or because whatever, right? We may think that we're enjoying, but we cannot enjoy independent of Krishna. So when we give enjoyment to Krishna, then we get enjoyment from that. We get enjoyment because we're giving enjoyment to Krishna. Srimati Radharani is the one who is the supreme person who gives enjoyment to Krishna. She's the one who loves the most. She's bhakti herself. She's love herself. All love comes from her. All bhakti comes from her, because she is bhakti and she is love. And our role in life is to assist her in giving pleasure to Krishna. That is our ultimate goal, is to assist her into giving pleasure to Krishna. Because she's the one who gives the ultimate most pleasure to Krishna, and she gets so much pleasure out of giving pleasure to Krishna. That's where our pleasure comes from. Our pleasure doesn't come from independently enjoying all of this. Our pleasure comes from giving pleasure to Krishna. And that's with a total humility thing. Okay, so this example. So the other example is when we nourish the roots, when we water the roots, that's when the leaves get nourished. If we water the leaves, we don't get. So I mean, we all know this example, right? But to tie it into this context is where, to me, where the gold was. So yesterday, along with the hand example, the example that came up was that the hand cannot taste any good food. The mouth tastes the food. So the hand provides the food to the mouth. The hand's purpose is to provide the food to the mouth, completely independent of its own will. Just provide the food to the mouth. The mouth feels that, it goes through the digestive process, and the hand gets nourished in return. And similarly, when we water the roots, basically when we're giving enjoyment to Krishna, we get a lot of enjoyment out of it. That is our prime pleasure, is we have pleasure in serving the Lord. Okay, and so the verse that talks about this is Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 31, verse 14. Yatha taror, I have not practiced this, so I might mess it up. Yatha taror mula nishechana triptiyanti tatskand bhujopashakha pranopaharacha yathendriyanam tathaiva sarvar hanamachite. Yeah, okay, I want to learn this because this is a very, very good verse. But basically, as pouring the water on the root of a tree energizes the trunk, branches, twigs, and everything else, and as supplying food to the stomach enlivens the sense and limbs of the body, simply worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead through devotional service automatically satisfies the demigods who are part of that Supreme Personality. Okay, so we pour water and it supplies everything. We supply the food to the stomach, and every limb and every whatever organ is this thing. We worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead through devotional service, and we satisfy the demigods who are a part of that. So basically, we don't need to do the idea of the demigods is that if we want something, material benefits, then we pray to the demigods and they give us the material benefits. It's a transaction. And so if we want to have ultimate pleasure, we don't even need to do that. We don't need to serve the demigods directly. We just serve God, Krishna directly, and it will automatically supply nourishment to the demigods. It will satisfy the demigods, and we will get the ultimate pleasure. Okay, so let's do chapter 4, verse 16. That's funny. That was 4:31:14, and this is 4:16. Okay. Kim karma karmeti kavayopyatra mohita tatte karma pravakshami yagyatva moksha se shubhat. Okay. So what he says here is, even the intelligent are bewildered in determining what is action and what is inaction. Now I shall explain to you what action is, knowing which you shall be liberated from all misfortune. So this is now a very good verse where he's saying, okay, I will explain to you what action and inaction is. So kim akarmeti, what is action, what is akarma, inaction. Karma is action, work, action. Kim is what? Iti is thus. Kavayopyatra mohitah, the intelligent also, kavya, intelligent also, in this matter, atrashura, here are, in the third chapter 1 verse 3, his here, in this matter, mohita are bewildered, moh are bewildered, So the intelligence also in this matter are bewildered. Tatte karma pravakshyami, that unto you work I shall explain. Pravakshyami, I shall explain. Yat gyatva mokshase shubhat, which knowing you will be liberated. Moksha, you will be liberated from ill fortune. Ashubhat. Okay. Yeah, and in the example, he talks about the importance of in the commentary in the purport, he talks about the importance of the guru, which is a little bit different. So I'm not going to go into that right now. Let's read Swami Mukundanand. What is action and what is inaction? Even the wise are confused in determining this. Now I shall explain to you the secret of action, by knowing which you may free yourself from material bondage. So I'm now very curious to know what he's explaining. Okay, that's it for today. That's it for right now. Wish you a very beautiful spiritual day. Wish you a day filled with spiritual growth. Radhe Radhe.